Thank you for staying with us. As we continue to celebrate women, we're leading up to International Women's Day on Wednesday, the 8th of March. Joining us via Zoom is Mary Cuffy. She's an author, she's a fashion designer, she's an educator, she wears many hats, and she does it so well. Welcome to the program, Mary.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
So let me just say a special good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and to all the women who are making a difference out there and who are actually trying to make a difference and in their own quiet way doing something to make a difference. Even those who might be at home, mothers making a difference. So I just want to say a very special good morning. We love you. We are looking at your accomplishments, your achievements, big or small. And I'm so happy to be here this morning.
I want to, as you mentioned that, and so well put, let me go to that question. What advice would you give, based on your own experience, what advice would you give to a woman who's nervous about launching out her career, who's nervous about penning that piece, nervous about publishing that book, producing that song? What advice would you give to that woman?
I would say just start. Just do it. For me, sometimes when you think about, is this the right time? Is this the right day? The advice is to just start. Just do it. It takes a lot to get started. And after you get started, the universe has so much power that things come together for you. So just start. Make that initial start because many times we talk about, oh gosh, I have this dream. I would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your pen out, start to write. Just do it. Just get started.
Yeah.
And many times we want to delay because of the circumstances are not right. I don't think it will ever be right. You just have to get started. Just do it. Believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you really do have to believe in yourself and your dreams, huh?
Absolutely, 100%. What would have gotten you started on your journey?
Actually, I always give this story about my adversity actually got me started. Things weren't going well as I thought it would have. And I think that pushed me forward. And there's another message in moving forward. There's always a lesson to learn when things aren't going right. There's always a lesson to learn. It actually pushes you forward to see your true potential when things get very tough. So you actually launch out and do more. And that would be my reason for moving forward every time I think, here's what, this is very challenging. That's the time I think I push even harder. So I want to encourage you to, not only the ladies, but men who are watching out there, when it's tough, it's really not the time to stop. Huh? When it's tough, it's the time to push. I always remember this old saying, if you're mixing cement, you stop, you leave it there, it becomes hard.
Yes.
So you just have to keep moving.
Keep moving, keep moving. I love how you put that. Tell us about your journey as a writer, the books, even the columns that you are able to produce, and why children's literature?
Well, I am a curriculum facilitator at the Ministry of Education. My studies are in early childhood and more so in literature as well. That will be my master's. I love children's literature. I always say, this is a story I give all the time as well. When I was studying, it was hard to get children's literature. And I decided there and then I want to. Of course, it took me 7 years after to actually start doing it. But nevertheless, I have done it. So, getting things out there. And sometimes, I often hear parents complain about what they would need or what they want their child to learn about Trinidad. There are things that they don't know. And I think with a book, the experience is like, great, you're here, but you're transported into another area through reading. So that's my reason for children's literature.
Right. What has been the impact and I guess the response, as you talked about what parents would want for the children to read, but what has been the response to the books that you have been able to produce thus far?
I'm very thankful. One, I mean, yes, I work at the Ministry of Education, so I interact with a lot of teachers and parents. Um, for example, this carnival, I had to like say no to some people because they want me to talk about carnival. They want me to come and talk about the magic sticks and how it come about. And I would have produced articles in the newspapers, especially the Newsday, to talk about getting children involved in PAN
Right.
as such from an early age and the benefits of music. Because all my books, the background to it would be some movement while they are learning. Because I think children are not just receptacles that you pour information into. So I like to see you, yes, enjoying a story, but I want to see you moving. I
Right.
want to see you learning, but in a fun and enjoyable way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want we don't want you to just sit in a classroom. We want um, learning to be fun, and we are as educators trying our best way to make learning fun and have the children not just sitting there. I also teach at the university,
Okay.
and even when I have the adults, I find different ways that I can teach and make my class enjoyable. Think about you leaving work and having to come and just listen to me lecture to you. I know. So I try to, because at that point in time, sometimes these are women who are really trying to move forward.
Yeah.
And then you have your children, you have to go home to see about the husband. So I try to make my class very interactive and enjoyable.
Okay, nice. Let's switch gears a bit and let's talk about the other side, which is the designing of clothes. And the line is called Carry Your Water. Talk to us about Carry Your Water.
Um, well, the initial thing about Carry Your Water, really, more than the actual design, is again getting women to wear something that they feel comfortable in it.
Right.
And we all say, oh gosh, this part fat, here too small, here should be bigger. The idea was to design something that people is flowy and comfortable
Yeah.
to wear. And again, my writing, which was supported by this poem that I wrote about women becoming themselves, living in a changing society. Even your body's changed. I say I'm not as small as I used to be. I've gained so much weight, but all of that, after we have our children, how we look. So you wear something, and then the logo, which is that empowerment, helping you carrying your water, because we all, different ethnicities, it is just not an African thing. We all carry some sort of load, some sort of burden. And as sisters, we may not be related by blood, but how we help each other move along. So when you see someone in this thing, it's a sisterhood we are forming.
Right.
They have this logo, um, and it's like, hey, I am here to help you. We walking together. That's what it was more about, more than just selling these designs.
Right. So before we get into the piece that you wrote in celebration of International Women's Day, where can persons get more information on Mary Cuffy, on your books, on the clothing line? Where can they find you on social media?
Well, for my books, I am on Facebook. And if you look for Lola and the Dancing Ladybugs, you can find me there. I post articles every Sunday. I have this thing feature going with the Newsday that I post every other Sunday with Lola. And you can also find me at the kids section in the Guardian. There almost every Sunday, posting and sharing. I'm thankful for those, let me just say publicly, who have reached out, who have sent me emails. So I'm thankful for that. Where it concerns my clothing, you can find me on Instagram at mary.cuffy. Send me a message. I'm mostly available. So for all those who have supported, let me say thank you. The support has been great. So thank you guys.
Okay, and now let's get into that piece that you wrote for International Women's Day.
Okay, so I was asked to do something, and for me, I'm not a poet. I don't see myself as that, but more so someone who you feel inspired
Yeah.
and you write.
Okay.
And I'm happy or I'm sad. So those are the two extremes where I can write. I can't do it in the middle. So I have written a few. I've never published any.
Okay.
And this poem is called The Digital Gender Divide because that's the theme for this year. Going through the pandemic with my colleagues here, and they are more than colleagues because they are like sisters. We were the role of having to change and do a lot of digital stuff during the pandemic um, has taught us so much. We have done things that we never know we could have done. And now, yes, we are not just using the internet to surf the net anymore.
Yeah.
It's much more than that for us as the. So I will read my poem,
Yes.
and I, I hope you enjoy it. This is the hour of digital power. Looking at she using digital technology to build peace and reduce gender inequality. Once confined to home and marketplace, using smartphones smartly, using the internet not just to serve the net, but to facilitate and accommodate. How can she, with tremendous promise, serve the international community with widening access to technology, reducing social barriers, and boosting the economy? Her finger is her voice, using the internet not just to serve the net. Let's welcome her proficiency in 2023. Global attention is the center for dissertation, moving the attention from only social communication via WhatsApp and social and Facebook and Instagram to meeting influencers over the diaspora, using the internet not just to serve the net. Since the evolution, there was a revolution to revolutionize the platform with a trending hashtag for gender equality. The pendulum swung, and now we're singing a new song. Let's talk inclusion in civil society. She's not just using the internet to serve the net. Let's put this in history. We're not the global average, we savage. Look at she in 2023 using the tools with proficiency, addressing global issues and political disparities, creating content to make other women aware that digital media has economic power. She's not just using the internet to serve the net.
I mean, my snap sounds as loud as I would like it to be, but thank you so much for sharing that with us, Mary. We appreciate you for joining this interview and sharing about yourself, your work, and then your piece.
Thank you so much.
No
It was a
problem.
pleasure being here, and I hope you all are celebrated even more on Wednesday the 8th.
Yes, happy
Thank you again.
International Women's Day to you. Thank you so much. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we have lots more.